All right, so I wanted to hop on really quickly today. I want to not be too long, but I want to answer some questions and give information to those who want it. If you're a content creator, if you're an influencer, and you just want to get better at it, I want to share some tips, some things that I've been doing over the years. And if you come in on the end of this, just go back and watch it from the beginning. If it interests you, go ahead and hit subscribe to the channel because I'm going to start sharing on the different platforms. Today I'll be talking a little bit more about TikTok, but when I come back, I'm going to give a lot of gems and, you know, nuggets for those who want to grow on YouTube, as well as those who are thinking about it, but they just don't know where to start or what to do. So I'm just going to go in. And when I scheduled this, I scheduled it because I just felt a burning in me to share. I wasn't thinking, well, it's Saturday, it's 75 degrees, people are going to be outside, nobody's going to watch. For those who really want to up their game, start earning instead of just scrolling on these social media platforms, this is for you. So like I said, I'm just going to dive in and share. And if there are no questions, I'm just going to cover what I came to cover. Okay? So I'm calling this Influencer Content Creation 101. So that's for those of you who are just starting, or maybe you've been doing it a while and you haven't really seen any growth. I'm going to share with you because I think it was back in 1999 when I had my first blog. I was getting brand deals before the term was even popular, getting paid for ads and sharing and to write reviews and a whole bunch of other stuff. But one of the things that led me to want to do this is freebies. I think too many people who are starting out are just so happy to get something free from a brand, to get a t-shirt, to get a lip gloss, to get some skincare products. And like I shared on my TikTok video, that's a good place to start. But at some point, as a content creator, you need to assess a fee for all the time, effort, lighting, gadgets that you buy just to make your videos better. And I think once we do that, that kind of weeds out those brands that reach out and always want you to do something free. And I'm telling you, it's the ones who send you a free product, who want two Instagram videos, two TikTok videos, posts, videos, write-ups, and all of that. They want the most, and they're paying you $0 and 0 cents. So at some point, if you want to graduate to where those mega influencers are, that some of you probably follow, who were able to retire from their job. They were able to retire their mom from their job, their dad, their spouse, or whatever the case. If you ever want to get to that level, at some point you need to say, okay, I'm taking this more serious, so let me assess a fee and then go from there. It doesn't have to even be a ridiculous fee starting out. I think when I started writing reviews, doing paid reviews, it was $50 and the brand still had to send me the product, but I had a fee that was involved. And then when I started doing more of them or started getting too many, I increased my price a little bit to 75, then 99, and so forth. But you can start anywhere you want. But at some point, like I said in my video on TikTok, the freebie train needs to end. You're never going to start earning if you are afraid to assess a fee. And here's the thing. You assessing a fee is about your time, your effort, you trying to get the perfect shot, the proper lighting, all that stuff. It has nothing to do with how many followers you have, because there are people out here who are getting paid by brands, and they have 500 followers, maybe 1,000, but you don't have to think that you have to reach the 10,000 follower stage to start saying, listen, I charge for that. Okay, so I wanted to share that really quickly because that was the video that made me think, hey, you probably need to go live and share this with your audience. Like if you're here on this channel, this is like my third YouTube channel. My first YouTube channel, it's doing its thing over there, recurring monetization, and this is my third channel. So you create as you go and you grow as you go, and what you do, you have to put in place to help you start earning dividends, okay? So I want to just share some quick do's and don'ts on social media because I run into this all the time. There are either people who are not very consistent at social media, or there are people who are consistent, but they're so consumed with what they're doing that they forget about all the people who follow them. They forget about their audience and their engagement suffers. So don't just follow people for them to follow you back. My advice is always engage their content the same way you want them to engage your content, because your engagement, your sharing, your reposting, or whatever you do is like a seed and it's going to come back to you, right? So here's the thing, on TikTok, they have this feature and it's kind of built into the account. And what it lets you do is see how many people saw your post and you know, didn't like it, scrolled right past it. And it's kind of weird because either you're purposely scrolling past the people who you voluntarily followed, or you are scrolling but you're not really paying attention. And either or can happen, but I just want us to be more conscious about what we're doing. Here's why. So I see so many of the followers, the content creators who have like 1 million followers, 1 million subscribers. They know how to link up. They know how to support each other. They know how to give a shout out every now and then to another content creator who was there when they started too. So it's always good to say, look, we're in it together. I'm going to support your channel. You support my channel. I'm going to support your TikToks. You support mine. Repost. And it's not about any one person owning an audience. You don't own the audience. You are sharing content who you feel your followers might like too. So this is my fashion channel. I talk about self-care. I talk about fashion, sales. I do unboxings and all of that stuff, right? So if I had a TikTok account that was dedicated to that, because I do a bunch of stuff on my TikTok, Miss Princess Dom, I would share things that I know people who follow me for fashion, people who follow me for influencer tips. I would share stuff that I know that they would like. So if you're sharing content back and forth, you don't have to, feel like, oh, well, they're stealing my followers, because it's not about that. Nobody I know, and I mean, maybe I'm wrong. You tell me, drop it in the comments. Nobody I know goes on TikTok, watches one video, and then scrolls off or signs off. Same thing with YouTube. If you're scrolling and looking, you want more content, and if there's a certain type of content that you like, even the algorithm would point more of that in your direction. So I want you to think about that when you're on social media, when you're creating content. And I know it takes time to do all of that, but still, by the same token, please make the time to go back to some of your favorite creators and people that you followed on purpose. Go back to their accounts and see what they posted. Give them a repost. Like I said, one hand washes the other, and we're all really in it together. Okay? One thing that really gets me though, and I have to like reteach my mentees this, some, not all, but when you decide that you want to take a break from social media for whatever reason, right? It affects the algorithm, right? Now, why do I say that? I say that because back in, I think it was January, when TikTok decided, okay, we're shutting down, they were looking for a US buyer and it was all that rigmarole going on. I stepped back from TikTok. I was like, okay, this is a little too heavy for me right now. And I stepped back from it. Now, guess what? When I came back, it was almost like building from scratch. I mean, I might have taken a 2 month break, but by the same token, you have to understand the algorithm wants to see you keep posting, keep sharing, keep that content coming. And when you decide every other month, because you're so overwhelmed with the content out there, that you need to pull back and take a break, you really probably need to assess one, what platform you want to get serious about, and two, only start sharing on that platform when you're ready to be consistent and don't need to take a break every other month. And the thing about breaks is, I understand if it's for your mental health, what you need is what you need. But by the same token, I find that a lot of times when people say they need to take a break from social media, it's because they're barely creating content, but they're consuming a lot of content. So if you're consuming a lot of content, yes, at some point you are going to need to take a break from that. But what I do is I set my schedule. I pour out, I record, I upload, right? I go and engage a couple of accounts of people if they posted something new, and I connect and I engage with them, and then I get off. I'm not on TikTok, I'm not on Instagram, and I'm not even on YouTube just scrolling endlessly, nonstop, nonstop, nonstop. That's too much information. And if that's what you're doing, you're always going to need to take a break. And when you take a break, your social media will suffer. So I talked about getting on the FYP page, the For You page on TikTok. And a couple of the things I did was just begin to be more consistent. And as I became more consistent, um, the algorithm kicked in, started recognizing me again. My followers even started saying, oh, it's great to see you on the For You page again. And then now I'm back in action. Am I posting every day? No, I think I'm posting Tuesday, Thursday, and maybe Sunday. But I spread it out so that I don't feel so pressured to create mindless content. Sometimes you can look at people's videos and you can tell they just posted something just to have something to post, right? And the thing with that is that quality content is what's going to get shared. Not feeling like you had to create 3 videos to post every single day, right? You want it to be quality content. You want it to be something that you don't even mind being known for, right? You don't want it to be random. You don't want it to be mindless. And am I saying that every video you post needs to be well thought out? Not necessarily, because I've posted videos where I'm just sitting at my computer typing and there's some words on the screen that got more videos than if I'm breaking down something I discovered to get more views or more likes. It's weird that way. But by the same token, make sure that what you're putting out there is quality. And when it comes to quality, my biggest tip is everything is content. Record, have your camera. If you're going to do something anyway, then you might as well record it. I think I shared that in one of my videos on TikTok too. If you're going to go grocery shopping, why not record that? Why not record what you're putting in your cart? If you are coming home with the groceries and unpacking it, you can record that too, because it doesn't have to tie into your brand in a specific way, but it gives you the option to have a backdrop of a video of you doing something, and you can have words on the screen that say anything, right? Like even entrepreneurs shop and buy their own food. You can create anything. So every single thing is content. Makeup routine, wake up routine, bedtime routine, these are my snacks when I'm Netflix and chilling, all of these things we forget that are part of our daily lives that we do all the time, would lessen the pressure of us feeling compelled, oh, I have to create something so stupendous. No, just record what you're doing anyway. Sitting in the park, going for your morning walk, going to check the mailbox, going to the post office to drop off some stuff. All of that is stuff that you can record. I think when we stop putting so much pressure on ourselves and just get consistent with recording the daily content of things we're doing anyway, and then realizing that you don't have to post every day or even 3 times a day, it takes the pressure off of being on social media, and by the same token, you will grow too. Okay? So I wanted to share that really quickly because it's just so mind blowing. I see people's frustration with these platforms, and it's like it's not that serious. Like everything you share doesn't have to be you breaking something down in a mathematical type of way, right? If you decided tomorrow, well, I want to start a YouTube channel, I want to start a faceless TikTok or something like that. There's so many things. Like right now, it's sunny outside, right? And whenever it gets sunny like that, the geese just love to come and eat the grass, right? So I've been outside at least 3 times, chasing the geese off of my grass in my backyard. And all I have to do is go to my Ring camera, pull that off, and it will and add some little funny antidote, and it'll probably get people liking, sharing, or coming into agreement with me if that's what they experience too. So, we have to not make it serious, because when it takes the fun out of something, it makes you not want to do it. So, keep it fun, keep it light. And one of the things that worked for me, right? And I'm sharing this because this is what I do. I don't like to be one of those people who, you Googling information and you're sharing it with people, but you've never really done it yourself, right? I always set a content creation day. So my husband, he goes into the office on Wednesday, and that's usually the day that I have like the whole day to just change outfits. So I pick about 3 or 4 outfits. I change. I might record myself doing my skincare routine. I might record myself putting makeup on. I might, do some poses. I do the get ready with me videos. If you look at my shorts, you'll see, I'm doing like twirls and dancing and putting stuff on and matching it up. And when you block out one single day and you can record yourself doing stuff, then the other 6 days are gravy. I'm telling you, it's gravy. So, you know, um, even when it comes to doing my unboxings on this channel, like right now, I probably have about 4 or 5 things that came in the mail, but there are other things that I'm waiting for that I want to unbox. So a lot of times I let it pile up a little bit, do an unboxing, and it's a very fun, creative, and satisfying video, because then you get my honest reaction to the things that I'm sharing, the things that I bought, the things that, I'm telling you about, and all of that. So yeah, we have to just be more chill in a way. Just understand the basics, but then don't let it build up so much pressure in you. And I know some of you are probably like, I really do want to start a channel. I really do want to start a TikTok. I really do want to do this. And this is what you can do. You can start recording videos now and not even post anything until you're like, okay, I have like 16 drafts on my phone. Now I'm ready to go. And every other day, share something. And as you're doing that, still do that one day a week where you switch up outfits and record more content, and you won't be under so much pressure, right? Just get started. That's what I tell people. Just get started. If you have a phone, get started with that, because most of the videos, most if not all of the videos that I share, right, whether it's my starter guides that are on this channel. I have an entire starter guides for everything, choosing, makeup, perfume, all of that stuff. It's recorded on my phone. So my goal is to just get the best lighting I can. And even if the lighting isn't the best, I go ahead and edit it in my phone to make it brighter, lighter, because that's what people want. They want to feel like they're watching TV. They want to feel like they're being pulled into the video. And I like that. I love the whole process of editing. I don't know what it is about me. Maybe I should have been a photographer, but I love the process of doing that. Putting it together, making the fast edit clips, all of that. I love it, right? So, just some additional tips. Film your hooks, right? You don't want every video starting out the same. Film yourself, start by sitting down in a chair. Start by grabbing a product, right? There are lots of ways to capture people's attention that will make them want to keep watching or see what you're doing next. I don't know where mine is, but I have like a little mini microphone. Buy one of those, talk into it, right? And you'll be surprised how people will lean in and say, well, if she's speaking into a microphone, she must be saying something that's so important. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on and share this. And for those who are specifically interested, well, let me share this first. So for me, when I went on to TikTok, my account grew from like 0 or the 10 people that were following me to 18,000 in about 3 to 4 months. I find that TikTok, when you do it right, is the platform that will help you grow the fastest, right? So if it helps you grow the fastest, then that's where I point my mentees to, those I coach, those who take my courses. I send them over there because they can grow quickly. And then when you grow quickly on a platform, you parlay that growth to your other platforms. So what am I saying? I'm saying when you're on TikTok and you're making a video, if you tell them, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me at, and you give them your handle. If you are not following me on my YouTube channel, go and hit subscribe at, right? You parlay the growth that you have on your biggest platform to the others. So I don't know, maybe your Instagram is bigger than all of your other accounts. Then you do it the other way. Kind of veer people over to TikTok. Wherever your biggest platform is, that's the one you want to focus on, keep growing. And when you keep growing it, then you filter that out, because you don't want people just following you on one platform. You want them to follow you on various platforms because the formats are different. I mean, a short and a reel and a TikTok is the same shape, but by the same token, you can post different content on different platforms and it'll all work for you. It will all work for you. Yeah, I wanted to share that. And like I said, for those who are specifically interested in TikTok, I just launched my TikTok Boss crash course. And in it, I'm walking you through the major tips. So I gave you some tips here. I gave you a lot of tips, especially with creating content, blocking out a content creation day, landing on the FYP. And the major nugget for that is simply to be consistent and let the algorithm recognize you. But if you go to bit.ly/TikTok Boss Crash Course, there you'll be able to sign up and you'll get access at the introductory rate for my TikTok Boss Crash Course. And why am I saying that? I'm saying that because, again, TikTok is the fastest growing platform out there. People are literally Like my sister, she just hopped on to TikTok, started taking it seriously, and already her followers, her subscribers, whatever, is taking off, right? So she has an online clothing store. So she sells stuff at a steep discount. So, what better way to kind of draw attention to what you're doing than grow your platform and then start sharing about what you do? I'm telling you, now is the time for this, especially with brands looking for, they're not only looking for the major players, they're looking for content creators with 500 followers, with 1,000 followers. It's not only the Jackie Inas and the, Patricia Brights that they're looking for. They're looking for people like you, people like me. I've had people reach out to me. They found me on TikTok and they want to know, oh, can we send you this product? And again, if you missed my whole spiel about the freebie train, go to the very beginning. Once this ends, watch it from the beginning, because in it, I'm encouraging you to set a fee so that you don't get taken advantage of by these brands that just want to send you a lipstick or a skincare product and think that's going to feed your kids or feed you or pay your bills, right? You are worth it. When you're blocking out content creation days and you're filming videos and they're engaging, they're colorful. I have stuff behind me. That's my trademark for one of my brands that's in the frame back there. I know what I'm doing. I've been teaching business since 1999. I've been coaching people when it comes to books, growing platforms since around that time too, since around 2000. So I know what I'm talking about. If you want to get serious about earning, and we're not even talking about opening a TikTok shop and posting a link to your video and how easy it is really to get people to buy products that you're using that you love and you're getting a percentage of it, how easy it is to earn on TikTok doing that alone. So I'm telling you, if you're ready to get started, even if you're ready to get started, but you're like, I'm not ready to get started today, but I'm prepping myself to get started and get serious about this because I want to start earning, sign up for the course. I just added a bonus to the course. In it, I'm giving you 6 new features available on TikTok that people don't really even know about, that if you start using them, you're going to grow like crazy. And why? Because all of the platforms do this. YouTube does it, Instagram does it, and TikTok does it, right? When they roll out a new feature, if you are one of the first to start using those features, they push your videos out. They push your content out. I'm telling you, I can't make this stuff up. Last week, I posted a short to this channel. Well, no, it wasn't last week. It might have been 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I posted a short to this channel that got 64,000 views. Like, seriously. The video wasn't even a whole minute long. And all of that ties into monetization and helping you start earn. So you can earn on TikTok, you can earn on Instagram because they have the bonus reels over there. I'll probably talk about that in another live. They have the same type of thing here on YouTube. There's so much out there that if we just get serious and stay consistent and stop feeling like we don't measure up, my pajamas are not as nice as hers, my hair, my background doesn't look as nice as theirs, and I don't know, maybe people don't like me. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Get your vivid, creative videos out there, and you will be surprised how quickly it takes off. My course again, bit.ly, TikTok Boss Crash Course. Type that in, sign up. On Monday, the price is going to increase, so you don't want to wait. But if you have any questions, drop it below and I'll see if I can answer a few of them. I don't want this to be a long and drawn out video, but I did want to put some information out there for those who are serious and those who are hungry. Thank you. Hey, Nicole. There you go. Yeah, I mean, it's very crazy how sometimes people are pushing something, but then they don't want to share information. I've shared a lot of information. And like I said, if you go to TikTok, you hit my profile and you look for my influencer tips playlist, I mean, I think I've shared about 4 or 5 videos there, and it's lots of information that you can use and apply. And then the course has much more information in it. So, I mean, if you're getting started, getting ready to get started, on the verge of getting started, or you're just mapping out what you want to do as you get started, like I said, just begin filming basic stuff. I mean, I've been in the middle of my street. I live on a beautiful street. I've been in the middle of my street, got a shot of the streets and the clouds, and then I put words across it. I think I shared that on Instagram one day, and I think it had almost 10,000 views on that particular reel. So it's wild how basic everyday stuff can really just take off, right? You don't need an elaborate camera crew coming into your house. I know that's what Nara Smith does. If you know her, follow her. She does. She does the cooking and the prepping, but she has a whole team that comes in and films her. You don't need that to get started. Just get started where you are. Okay? All right, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to just hop on and share something real quick, nothing too elaborate. I'm going to sign off now, but what I am going to do is I'm going to drop the link to the course for those who missed it or for those who come after so they can sign up if they want. And if they have additional questions, you can just drop it in the comments. For TikTok, I think the maximum is, I don't want to misquote it. I know it's more than 10 minutes because I've done videos that were longer than 10 minutes. I think it might be 20 or 30 minutes. So you can do longer videos, shorter videos. I mix it up. I mix it up. I do something, and I could have put this in a course, but I'm just going to share it with you here. I do something called buckets, right? And I'm going to close with this. Buckets is like when you have various categories on your channel that you cover. So for my TikTok, my buckets are, I have something where I use like a trending topic, like there's something going around saying like they're saying you're always filming yourself, and then my comeback is, God forbid I love my life, right? So that would be considered a bucket. That's where you can use the catchy and trends and challenges, right? And then I always do a video in a different bucket where I'm doing like an explainer video like I'm doing right now. So that's a bucket. So I have the short video that's a catchy, trendy thing, and then I have a bucket where I'm doing more in-depth explaining or talking, and then I always do a get ready with me. So those are the 3 buckets that I'm doing now on TikTok. And they say that when you do that, you post in buckets like that, it brings a variety of people together on your channel. So my goal is to bring together people who want to be influencers. So that's why I do the long explainer video. And then I do the get ready with me where I'm getting dressed for those who love the fashion. And then for those who like the shorter but trendier videos, that's what I do as well. So it brings a variety of people to your channel. So there are always people liking. So there are always people sharing and engaging. And that's what you want to do too. They don't have to be the same as mine. You can do whatever you want. If you want to do like a meal prep bucket, if you want to do a fitness bucket, if you want to do a this is me in my gardening phase bucket, you can create whatever buckets you want, so that you're drawing the people to your channel who are going to love what you're about. You don't have to do what someone else does. Whatever you're about, whatever you like, that's what you want the focus of your channel to be. And again, it's quicker to grow on TikTok, I found, than anywhere else. So log on. If you're not following me on this channel, go ahead and hit subscribe, because I'm getting ready to create a playlist called Bankable Income. And in it, I'm going to talk about influencer. I'm going to talk about growing a YouTube channel, growing your Instagram. So that would be, even if you're here and you like the fashion sometime, but you want more of the business stuff, hit subscribe so that you can get that. If you're not following me on Instagram and TikTok, Miss Princess Dom, go and do that now so you can see the buckets, the actual things that I'm talking about. Same thing I'm doing on TikTok is the same thing I'm doing on Instagram, okay? So thank you all for joining me, those who join me live, and for those who are going to watch this replay. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Don't forget to sign up. The price for the course is going to increase on Monday. So this is a weekend offer only, okay? You want to lock in that price. bit.ly/TikTok Boss Crash Course. I'll see you